What is up, ladies and gentlemen? CJ the Cheese DJ here, and we are back with a brand new Ark video for you guys today. And if you've read the news, if you've read the community crunch, Ark have just announced a new free map for the World of Ark. So guys, we're going to jump into the release trailer, the announcement trailer, whatever you want to call it, and we're going to break down the trailer, take a look at a couple of things, and we did manage to spot a few things, and then we're going to go through what some of the map will entail, hopefully when it comes by, and what servers they'll be announcing. So guys, without further ado, let's watch from the beginning of the video. Let's go. And there we go, guys. So that is the trailer for Ark Valguero. Now, there's a couple of things through the trailer that I kind of noticed that we're gonna sort of go through. So as you guys are aware, it kind of looks like there's some new biomes. So you can see here, we've got the snow, we've got the standard ones. It looks like they will be adding a wyvern trench. Well, it looks like there already is a wyvern trench in there, because obviously, actually no, they are frost wyverns entirely, weren't they? They look like frost wyverns to me, yeah. So it looks like the frost wyverns are actually going to have their own little dedicated area for eggs, because they were all frost wyvern eggs. Now, as well as that, at the end of the trailer, you do also see the standard wyvern trench with all the lava. It looks like there will be a redwoods biome, which is obvious because it's standard through all Ark maps. Now, you can see here, there's a little bit of PvP, some standard, I don't know. But this is really interesting here. So before, griffins were exclusive to Ragnarok. That's not the case here, which is, I think, what the whole point of this little segment is, because it's to showcase that griffins are on this map. So whether or not they'd be transferable, I don't know, but I would say they would wildly spawn here. Otherwise, they probably wouldn't have put them in the trailer as a kind of like highlight spot, because it looks like they've got their own sort of segment. As well as that, there is adobe structures, so scorched earth engrams are available on the map, but you can see here there are two griffins highlighted. Now, this is what's really cool. The Deinosuchus, I believe he's called. The Dano, as we like to call him, so we don't butcher his name. So this guy's apparently so far exclusive to this map, and this is actually the biome where you'll be finding them all most of the time. So this biome here is called the White Cliffs biome. So the White Cliffs is pretty much where you're going to find all your Deinosuchuses, and I'm pretty keen for them. Now, this is where you see them in action. Now, you can see here they do manage to jump onto the Rex, and I got to say the animation is pretty cool for him. Now, one thing that I do want to point out is you can see here that the Rex has turned his head sideways to try and obviously bite the Deinosuchus. So my guess is that you can actually kill these guys if they're on the sides of their head like this. But if they're further back, I don't think you're going to have a way to hit them, which is why you see this guy down here with his shotgun trying to shoot him. So I'm thinking these guys are going to be a real big danger when it comes to the new map, because they're obviously going to be stuck onto your bigger dinos, and they'll probably tear them apart if it's anything to go off the dossier by. Because there's no real way for the Rex to hit this guy. This guy here, I can kind of see it hitting their hitbox. But this guy here, there's no real way for them to get hit. So it'll be interesting to see how that's handled. Now, this is what I'm really keen for. There is aberration on this map. So there's going to be underground areas that are dedicated for aberration. So there will be aberration engrams on this map as well. And you can kind of see up here that there's a person climbing up the, I guess we're going to call them stalagmites, crystals. And you can see there, they are climbing up them. You see slowly, there you go. So there's a whole area of aberration, which is pretty cool. Now, as well as that, it looks like they will also be implementing the Element River. that is on the original Aberration map, because there are these purple crystals. Now, another really cool thing is that this looks like the rock drake area nesting, because these were only, from what I can remember of Aberration, these were only found this design was only found in the rock drake's nests. So I'm going to say we're going to be able to get rock drake eggs from this map as well, which is pretty cool. And you can see over there is a seeker, which, as you guys know, were pretty close to the rock drake eggs nests. Now, this is really cool. This looks like an entrance to like one of the caves. And you can see we've got a guy throwing some glow sticks down, and here is an artifact with the same person on the ferry. So I would dare say that there are going to be caves and dungeons like that, and a lot cooler ones. Now, this bit here is a little bit confusing for me. I don't know if this is a wild one or a tamed one, and she's just screaming out because she's struggling to climb, or she's getting mauled to death by this guy. So it looks like they'll be able to climb up walls and give chase to you. I would say this is probably a wild one. She looks like she's just minding her own business. These guys are rideable as well, but we'll get into that a bit later on. So, nice little underwater cave section here with a T-Rex, an Allo chasing off some intruders, and this is really cool. So you can see here there's a little tribe thing going on, and she whistles for the Dano to attack this guy, and he just pounces on it and pins it down. Now, another really cool thing here is that it looks like the Broodmother will also be part of the bosses. So if you guys saw in the trailer, there was the Broodmother, there was this area. Now, I don't know if that's hinting at the dragon or if it's just signifying the Wyvern Trench. Because as you guys can see, this isn't actually a frost wyvern. This looks like a poison wyvern. So I'm thinking this is where you'll find the poison, fire, and lightning eggs, whereas the other place you'll be finding the frost wyvern. So I don't know if the dragon is a separate entity boss, but you can see here that the Chimera and the Manticore and the dragon are making an appearance in the... I would say this is an arena, although these guys have come severely underprepared with a single Allo and a couple of Daedons. Is that a Phiomia too? That is a Phiomia, that is, or is that a Daedon? That looks like a Phiomia to me. So it looks like the dragon and the Manticore will be coming up back as bosses, but it also looks like the Broodmother is going to be a boss as well. And here we can see the Deinosuchus's nests. So this is where you'll be grabbing the egg in order to tame these guys up, because you can't tame them up any standard way. And there we have it, guys. That is the trailer for Ark Valguero. Now, if you ask me, it looks like a pretty damn cool map. So we're going to go into a bit of the specs for it. So you can see here, this free map will be available for PC on June 18th, 10 AM, and it will be available on console in July. So it's coming through to PC before console, which honestly isn't surprising. We'll know you'll have lots of questions about the map. If you haven't the opportunity to play it, we're taking the liberty of compiling some frequently asked questions. So guys, you can see here, what is the map size for Valguero? Approximately 60 kilometers squared in size. So in comparison, the island is only 48 kilometers squared and Ragnarok is 98 kilometers squared. So it's sort of in between those. Ragnarok is obviously a huge map. I'm kind of glad they didn't go over big with Valguero, because you've got to remember as well, they will have underground sections as well because of the Aberration. So do take that into mind as well. Now, what engrams will be allowed on Valguero? The island, Scorched Earth, and Aberration. So I think that's pretty fair. Obviously, Extinction is still a semi-new map, and you should be able to get engrams on Extinction-based maps, whereas you can get all three maps on this map, which is pretty cool. So Ragnarok, you can only get Scorched Earth and the island. Valguero, you can get Aberration as well. What unique biomes will I find in the Valguero? So the White Cliffs biome, which is what we mentioned previously, from sprawling green flatlands encompassed by massive white rocks to narrow canyons and tall plateaus. The White Cliffs are the perfect location for building your base. So that is where you'll pretty much find the Deinosuchuses. That is their main biome. Now, the Tundra biome, dry and arid foliage covers the rolling hills of dying grass and desolate fir trees in this biome. A cold and unforgiving place, the tundra is a place to tread lightly. So it looks like there's a different sort of area from the snow biome, I'm going to say. I don't know, it could just be that they've just called it the tundra instead of the snow biome, or it's always been called the tundra biome. Now, the savanna biome is nestled adjacent to the jungle biome atop a cliffside. The savanna is a cozy starting location to build in relative safety amongst its dry and open fields. Makes sense. So it sounds like it might be a little bit of a desert slash dryish area, but it sounds okay. And then you have the Aberration biome. So the first official mod map to include a massive fertile chamber unique to Valguero. So that's what I said. So the map is only 60 kilometers squared, but it does have underground areas. So this massive cave is a great location to find some of your favorite Aberration dinos and find a safe place to call home underground. So that is pretty damn cool. Now, what unique creatures will I find on Valguero? While exploring Valguero, Ark players will run into our newest dinosaur yet, the Deinosuchus. I read its name and I'm like, how the hell do I pronounce this thing? The Deino is fiercely territorial in the wild. They will protect their nests against any who dare to trespass. So there's no mention of the Griffin, but I don't know if it's going to be unique because it's already been announced sort of thing. I'm not too sure. Where can I locate the Deino on Valguero? The Deino can be found primarily in the White Cliffs biome, with some packs moving into the jungle and savanna biome. So it sounds like in the starting area there will be some Deinos. Will cryopods and cryofridges work on Valguero? Yes. Will transfers be allowed when the map launches? Similar to past DLC launches, transfers will be disabled on launch. So customer service on compensation for lost dinos at launch? No, but I mean, that makes sense. Is the Deino tameable, breedable, or rideable? So it's not tameable, it is breedable, and it is rideable. So for all those haters that said it's not going to be rideable, it's too small, ha! Got him. So what is the estimated size for PC? 7 gigs. When will this update reach console? So July. So we're currently in June, so you guys will have to wait a little bit more time in order to get onto the map. But we will be covering the map. I don't know if we're going to be just taking a look at it in sort of single player mode or what we'll be doing, but we would definitely be taking a look at it. So including the Valguero patch tomorrow, we'll be addressing some much needed exploit fixes and balance changes. So this is just a few updates for the base game. So gas bags can now only blow wild dinos in PvE. Plant Z's weight is now 21. Fixed an exploit with feeding Plant Y seeds to Bulb Dog results in 400 taming effectiveness, adding 200 levels. Holy crap, I did not know that was a thing. That is broken. Cryopod and Cryofridge engrams are now available on all maps. I did not know that either. And then some stuff for modders, and yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So I am pretty keen, and then obviously there's an evolution event, but I am pretty keen on getting into Valguero and seeing what it is all about. I'm keen to take Deinosuchuses, so we'll be getting those into those as soon as possible. So guys, that's going to wrap up the video today. Let me know what you thought of it down below in the comments. Let me know whether or not you guys enjoyed the video, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe down below for more. But other than that, thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.